One of the oldest breads in French patisserie, this brioche bread was first made in 1400s. Almost 600 years ago, an ambitious French guy said, "This bread is so basic, let's add eggs, milk and illegal amounts of butter to it." And the rest is fucking history. Now, why should you care about this brioche? Well, because once you make this one, you can make so many other stuff with it. Dinner rolls, donuts, cinnamon rolls, garlic knots, all these have something in common, besides making me fat, of course. They're all made with the same dough, have the same parent, brioche bread, or more exactly, brioche dough. So one dough, guys, one dough to rule them all, as a Gandalf baker would say. We all know the ingredients in bread: flour, water, salt, and yeast. Pretty simple. Now, hear me out. What if we substitute water with milk, throw in a few eggs, illegal amounts of butter, and maybe some sugar? Ta-da! These are all the ingredients in brioche dough. The way I see it, kinda like an enriched bread fortified with a lot of fat and guilt, this immortal couple that makes for a very supple, rich, fluffy bread. Now, we know the ingredients, but what's the ratio? When? How? Do I need an expensive mixer to knead the dough? Will I ever stop with the questions? I think I'm done. So, the ratio of ingredients in a brioche is this. For 3.5 cups of flour, we need 2 teaspoons of yeast, 1 cup of milk, 3 eggs, 1 stick of butter, and 1/3 of a cup of sugar, and of course a pinch of salt. Now, if you're using all-purpose flour instead of bread flour, I would go with a little bit more flour, maybe almost 4 cups, in order to get the consistency of the dough right. Keep in mind, you don't have to be super exact. This dough, unlike 1400s religion, is very forgiving. Also, play with the numbers if you feel like it. You want it sweeter? Good, add more sugar. You want a fatty heart attack? Add more butter and make it your own, you know? Now, let's actually make this dough and see where we land. Into a big bowl, I dump all the ingredients minus the flour and the butter. My milkshake brings all the sorry, got carried away. So, milk goes in, followed by the eggs, my sugar, that pinch of salt, and the yeast. I want to give this a mix to get everything homogenized into a liquidy liquid. Use a fork and beat everything together until the sugar is dissolved and the eggs are mixed in. It's time to add it to the flour. So, I have my bowl of flour here. I'll make a well in the center using my fork just like this, spreading the flour upwards, into which I'll pour the liquid mixture, all of it. Then, using a fork, start mixing, gradually incorporating the flour into the liquid. The liquid will swallow the flour, becoming thicker and thicker as you go. This is what an expensive mixer would do at this stage, but fuck it, count this as a new CrossFit workout idea. When the dough is so thick that mixing with the fork seems stupid, it's time to go in bare hands like an animal. The purpose here is to incorporate into my dough whatever flour is left in the bowl. So, smash the dough around, punch it, fold it, and in a few seconds, it will come together into one mass. See, no more flour in the bowl, it means my job here is done. And now for the fun part. Please bring me the French lubricant. Yes, I'm talking about butter. So, dough on the countertop, and I'll dump the whole butter over the dough and spread it around. It's crucial the butter is at room temperature, much easier to spread and work with than rock solid butter. The deal is this: I have to incorporate the butter into the dough. Another arm workout is about to start. Thank God I'm already trained. Being in my 20s and single is great. My method, you ask? I fold the dough onto itself using my fingertips, then stretch it using the back of my hand. Again, fold with fingers, then stretch with back of the hand. Fold, then stretch, fold, stretch. This is my game. Now, I'll keep doing this for maybe 5 minutes. Until what? Until the dough is supple, doesn't stick to the table anymore, and all the butter has been incorporated. My work here is done. Think about it, in 10 minutes we have this beauty that can make 100 baked goods. Now, I do have to let the dough rise until it doubles in size. This takes around 1 to 2 hours, just like my ex-boyfriend. And 2 hours later, ta-da! See? Much bigger now. Ah, the satisfaction of peeling off the plastic wrap from the dough can only be beaten by a threesome. Saccharomyces cerevisiae, aka the yeast, worked its magic munching on the flour and producing gas, CO2, aka yeast little farts, which I'm gonna punch down mercilessly and get a flat degassed dough. And now make it into whatever you dream of. The classics, a brioche loaf. We're gonna do this quickly. So I'll dump the dough on my table, arrange it into a, what the fuck is this, 3D rectangle? Anyways, divide it into two parts using a knife or Moses if he lives next to you. I'm trying to shape the two parts of the dough into two logs using my hands just like this, gently pressing on it. Then for the fun part, braiding the two pieces together. Moses, you can leave now, thanks. So, one log over the other, crossing them each time. Once I'm done braiding, I'll tuck in the ends of the shaped loaf until I get something like this. Then pick it up with no fear, 1, 2, 3 and lift. Put it in a parchment paper lined tray for its final proofing and that's it. Speaking of proofing, cover the tray and let the dough puff up at room temp. For how long? Oh, I don't know, until it's doubled in size. I guess 30 minutes to an hour is enough. Then get an egg wash, which is just a beaten egg with a splash of milk. Using a brush, pretend you're Picasso and paint the top of the loaf gently until shiny state is achieved. I'm gonna bake it at 350 Fahrenheit for about 35 to 45 minutes until it's golden brown on top. And that's it, dudes. What else can we make with this dough? Oh, I know, dinner rolls. Again, dough on the table, split it into roughly equal parts. Moses, do your job, man. Alright, great. So now to shape each piece into a ball. My dough lays flat on the table and I'm gonna use the side of my hands to shape the dough. Push the dough and pinch it using the pressure from the side of the hands. Try to gather it into a ball-like shape, I guess. I'm gonna do that a few times on each piece from multiple sides. See, ball of dough done. Do that on all pieces and once your OCD on balls goes away, get a greased pan and put the balls in it. I leave some room around each one. They will expand and grow into each other during proofing. I want to account for that. You already know the drill. Cover with plastic wrap, let it proof until doubled in size. Brush it Picasso style with egg wash, bake for 20 to 30 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit. And now lads, these pillows deserve a good coating of garlic butter. Ah, what would dinner rolls be without garlic butter? Just like me without a drinking problem. Definitely not the same. Let me give you a final treat with this dough, the almighty cinnamon rolls. So, flour on the working surface, dump the dough and spread it using a rolling pin to about 1/4 of an inch thickness, I'd say. Now, for the fun part, I have here some sugar and cinnamon as spice to make everything nice. But first, before I dump it, I'll brush the whole dough with water in order for the sugar mixture to stick to the dough. Then, I'll sprinkle the mixture all over the dough, and once I'm happy and I feel the diabetes breathing down my neck, I'll roll the dough into a log, cut it into pieces, and it's so pretty. I have a wheel of cinnamon sugar. Very nice. You know the drill. Put them in a pan, proof them, brush them, bake them, and stuff your face with them. Oh my god, this was a baking marathon. But you won. Wanna win some more? Limited offer! I'm giving away a baking lesson with yours truly, moi. Are you a disaster when baking stuff? Wanna impress your wife? Good, tell me your baking horror story down below in a comment, or if you don't have one, just write something funny, make me laugh. Lately has been fucking brutal, you guys. Anyways, you can win a baking lesson. Good luck, see you on the next one.